Driving back from Carbondale when I started having a pain in my foot, I didn't think too much of it till I got home and took my shoe off. You know, I'd had diabetes for 50 years at that time, and I knew some of the problems with diabetes, but I guess I didn't know them all because this one never occurred to me. So I wound up with an ulcer, and it happened that fast. And while I was in the ICU, I guess they basically forgot about the foot. When I came out of the ICU, I went into a private room, and this fellow came in. I think he was a doctor's assistant. And he says, the vascular surgeon said that there's nothing we can do with that toe. You're going to have your leg taken off. To have a sore toe and then suddenly find out your leg's going to be removed is kind of disheartening, you know, to say the least. So I guess this is it. I mean, world-renowned hospitals told me now I have to have my leg removed. I'm going to have it removed. So I adjusted my thinking to that perspective. Don't give up hope. The exact same thing happened to my father. And he went to this woman down at St. Louis University named Catherine Wittgen, and she has little fingers, and she can get in there and fix it.
When I saw Mr. Capps the first time, he and his wife were both there, and he was miserable. He's a very happy guy, I've since come to know. He was obviously very scared because they're very active. They like to dance, he plays golf, and he'd been told by 4 other doctors that there was nothing to do to save his leg. He'd accepted the fact that while he had sores on his toes and those were probably going to require some kind of operation, debridement, or amputation, he wanted to save his foot. Once we gathered all his information and testing from other hospitals, when he and I looked at it, we both agreed that there wasn't enough detail. And I told him there were several things that we could try, but I thought we needed to do a dye study, an angiogram.
To my surprise, the report came back that I think I can fix it. When I was on the operating table, Dr. Wittgen said, I can take off the 3 toes that are in trouble, but if I do that, you're going to have a lot of balance problems. So she said, it's going to be tough on your golf game because she knows I love to play golf. She said, but if I take off all 5 of them, then you're going to have the ball of your foot that you can balance yourself on. So she said, it's your call. My thought process on the table was, big deal. Everybody else is going to take my leg. I said, well, you just made the call for me. You talked about golf, so take them off. And she said, you're on. And then she put me to sleep, and I woke up, and they were gone, but I sure had the ball of my foot to play golf with.
He's such a nice, upbeat guy, and he's so very happy about most things in his life, but back then that's not who he was. And it took probably till I think his first post-procedure visit before he was taking a deep breath and smiling and laughing about things, and it suddenly occurred to him that this was actually going to be okay.
I call her my angel of mercy. She is just the most wonderful doctor who has the finest bedside manner that I've ever seen. And I get tears in my eyes when I think about what she did for me.